Hey guys, Twin Gemini here with AWOL Gaming. Which we're going to see in this video is the Week 1 NFL predictions. We're going to take a dive into the NFL primetime games and get my opinion on how they're going to do and what the teams look like. So let's go. Alright guys, first game of the year, we got the Houston Texans versus Kansas City. You know what happened in the playoffs, right? Houston goes up huge on Kansas City. Kansas City comes back. Patrick Mahomes then wins the Super Bowl, gets a big deal, and everything's great for Kansas City. But what happened to Houston? Well, Houston decides to trade DeAndre Hopkins, and they end up getting Brandin Cooks. And in my opinion, that's okay. DeAndre Hopkins, star receiver, no doubt about it. But Brandin Cooks, we've seen him with the Saints. We've seen him with the Patriots. We've seen him with the Rams. And now with Houston, why are teams trading him? I'm not really sure, but I know he's an impact. And if you put him with Kenny Stills and you put him with Will Fuller, if healthy, can just run streaks and posts. Watson can hit him deep. And Kenny Stills is that little slot receiver you forget about. Listen, I think they're okay. Now Watson gets his big deal. Okay, and I believe he's underrated. I think he might be a top 5 quarterback. Of course, he gets overshadowed by Mahomes. All right, we're all Patrick Mahomes right now. Lamar Jackson overshadows him. I believe he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and hopefully this season we can see that. Now, David Johnson. All right, let's be honest here. David Johnson, his rookie and second year, the guy was a great running back. All right, he carries the Cardinals. Of course, Cardinals weren't good, but he was a shining star on that team. Can he return to his old form is the question. If he does, this offense is now even more dangerous than what it has been because they haven't had a running back since Lamar Miller. Right? And Lamar Miller, you don't even think he was that great. Next is injuries, and I point out J.J. Watt for this reason. He's 31 now. Can he still be an impact? No doubt. But the guy's always hurt. He's always hurt. He always hurts the defense. If he stays healthy, Texans are a legitimate team and a contender. No, even without him, they're a contender. So watch out. Next, looking at Kansas City, watch rookie running back Edwards-Helaire because I don't know what's wrong with Williams. I don't know if he's hurt. But this kid, he's a starter willing to happen. He's a good running back. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. Just as dangerous as Williams. He's an upgrade right now from Shady McCoy. And I'm a McCoy fan. But he's an upgrade. Patrick Mahomes going against the Texans here. Of course, he got the deal because of this, not just because of the Super Bowl. What he can do. Take top off defenses. He can throw it. He can sling it. We all know how good he is. Strong defensive line for this team as well. You re-sign Chris Jones. They got Frank Clark. Numerous of players on the defensive line. They can get to their quarterback. Of course, defensively, they're pretty solid. Are they going to repeat for the Super Bowl is the question. Can they? Most definitely. Most definitely. This team did not lose that many players. And we'll have to see. I believe the Denver Broncos improved. The West is not a cakewalk this year. But should be a great game. In this game, I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning this 38-28. I think it's an exciting game. I believe it will be. I got Watson going for like 338, 3 touchdowns, some rushing yards there. Johnson, I think 76, maybe a touchdown. First touchdown in a couple of years, I would say. I don't really watch the Cardinals, so we'll see. Cooks, I give him 2 touchdowns here. Him and Watson, I think, have a good connection. Defense, I would say watch Justin Reed because Kansas City, Pat Mahomes has a huge arm. He can lay it out there. So if they have good safety play, they'll be okay. Defensively, I don't think they get to Mahomes though. I'm giving him 1 sack. They do pick him off. With an exception. On Kansas City side, Mahomes goes 378, 4 touchdowns. He does throw an interception. Helaire, 89 yards, give him 1 touchdown. Probably maybe a receiving touchdown. Again, just predictions. Hardman, I'm going. He did it last year, the first game of the year, or it was Robinson, one of those two. They have a big game this first game. 117, 2 touchdowns. Defense, watch Chris Jones. He's going to see if David Johnson could even run. I think he's going to be the main factor of that. I'm giving it 3 sacks and a fumble. Even though I'm talking about David Johnson coming back, I don't know if he'll be able to carry the ball like he used to, so I'm giving them a fumble. Again, Chiefs 38, Texans 28. All right, next game, Las Vegas Raiders versus Carolina Panthers. I got the Raiders losing 21-24. Derek Carr, 186, 2 touchdowns. Jacobs, 101, 1 touchdown. I think he'll be big here with the loss of Kuechly. That defense, losing that interior linebacker is a big deal. Hunter Renfrow, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defense, watch Chris Littleton for the Raiders. Guarding against Christian McCaffrey is always a hard thing to do. I'm giving them 1 sack, 1 interception. Carolina, welcome to the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater, 218, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Christian McCaffrey, 117 yards, 1 touchdown, 55 yards receiving, and a receiving touchdown. Samuel, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Slot receiver, I think Bridgewater has about all he can hit in this game. Defense, watch Burns, rookie. We'll see how he does. 2 sacks. I'm giving them no interception, but again, Carolina pulls this off 24-21. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Washington football team. Weird to say, but at least their jerseys look pretty nice looking at them. But I got the Eagles winning this game here, 27-17. Carson Wentz, 208, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Sanders, 88 yards, 50 receiving. Deshaun Jackson, I believe this is like the only game he played in last year, and he went off. I'm going 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. A defense, watch Fletcher Cox, especially middle of the defense. He's always a key. 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and I'm pulling off a defensive touchdown here for the Eagles. On the Washington side, Haskins, I believe, is probably going to be the starter. Alex Smith is back, but rumor has it Haskins is leading the team. 185, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Running back Antonio Gibson, from what I've seen, is the reason why Adrian Peterson is on the free agent market. I'm giving him 80 yards, 1 touchdown. I don't even know if he's a starter, but we'll go with it. McLaurin, I really like this kid. 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Defense, watch rookie Young. I'm giving him 3 sacks, 2 interceptions for Washington. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. I got Seattle winning here 24-20. Russell Wilson, 228, 2 touchdowns. Chris Carson, if he's back, 108 yards, 1 touchdowns. I do have him fumbling. I know he has issues with that. Tyler Lockett, 86 yards, 1 touchdowns. On the defense, watch Adams. He brings that Earl Thomas feeling back to this defense. 2 sacks, 3 interceptions for them in this game. On the Falcons side, we got Matt Ryan, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Todd Gurley, I give him 78 yards, 1 touchdown. I believe him going to Atlanta, he'll be better than what he was last year with LA. I feel it. Julio Jones, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. Defense, watch Grady Jarrett. Seattle likes to run the ball. He'll be the factor here. I know they have good linebackers, but 2 sacks, no interceptions, 1 forced fumble for the Falcons. Next, we got the New York Jets traveling to Buffalo. Jets here losing 13-35. Darnold, I'm giving him 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Le'Veon Bell, 68 yards, 42 receiving, 1 touchdown. I also have him fumbling. The receiver to watch, we're going with Brashard Perriman here, 74 yards, not giving him a touchdown. Defense, watch McDougal. He was good last year with the Seahawks. Is he Adams level? I don't think so, but no sacks or interception here. Buffalo handles this. Josh Allen, 238, 2 touchdowns, no interception. I'm giving the ball to Yeldon. I'm going to give him 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs comes out big, 118, with a touchdown. Defense, watch Josh Norman. Coming from the Redskins, I think he'll have a different feel for this defense, especially with White on the other side. Teams are going to go back at him. 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, forced fumble, and a defensive touchdown. I'm giving it to the Bills handling Jets for week 1. All right, the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I got the Colts winning it here, 33-20. Philip Rivers, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns for his first game with the Colts. Jonathan Taylor, rookie, 56 yards with a touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 128 with a touchdown. Defense from the 49ers, Buckner, I believe he fits that defense very well. 5 sacks and an interception for them. On the Jacksonville Jaguars side, I'm going with Minshew, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. With the loss of Fournette, or release of him, I should say, I believe Thompson is going to be their starter. 48 yards for him. I don't think he does anything. D.D. Westbrook has a good game, 112 yards with a touchdown. Defense, watch Josh Allen. That's about all they have with a sack, and I believe they will force a fumble. Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. I got the Bears 23-17. Mitchell Trubisky named the starter. They make the playoffs, go with Foles, I'm telling you. But Trubisky, 218, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Tariq Cohen, 62 yards, 60 receiving with a receiving touchdown. Jimmy Graham, new team again. I'm giving him 45 yards and a touchdown. Defense, watch Khalil Mack. He's always a star. 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble for their defense. On the Lions side, I'm giving Stafford 254, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Next, the running back Swift, 54 yards, 40 receivings, and a touchdown. Amendola here, I believe, 52 receiving yards and a touchdown. Defense, Okunda, rookie. We'll see if he can help them, but I'm giving him 2 sacks and 2 interceptions for the Lions. Miami Dolphins at the new-look New England Patriots. But Fitzpatrick is named the starter. 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Matt Breida, 46 yards, 42 yards receiving. Gesicki, I'm giving him 79 yards with a touchdown. Defense, Brian Jones is their star here, star free agent they got. I'm only giving them 1 sack and an interception, though. Patriots, we got Cam Newton, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. James White, 59 yards, 68 receiving with a touchdown. Neil Harry, I'm giving him 55 yards with a touchdown. Defense, of course, Gilmore, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 1 touchdown. I believe Bill Belichick tones in on the defense. I'm giving the Patriots 28-10. Next, we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. I got the Browns winning it here, 38-35. Baker Mayfield, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns with an interception. Nick Chubb, 107 yards with 2 touchdowns. Austin Hooper, 86 yards and a touchdown. Defense, Garrett got a big deal. They're going to pull out 4 sacks. No interceptions, though. On the Ravens side, I'm giving Jackson 207 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 80 yards rushing with a touchdown. A lot of running backs here, but rookie Josh Dobbins, 61 yards with a touchdown. Mark Andrews, 77 yards with a touchdown. Defense, Patrick Queen, rookie, a lot of potential. 2 sacks, an interception, a forced fumble, and a touchdown for that Ravens defense. But again, I got the Browns winning 38-35. The Packers at the Vikings. I got the Packers losing here 24-28. Aaron Rodgers, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Adam Jones, 89 yards, 27 yards receiving with a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 119 with 1 touchdown. Defense, watch Kenny Clark. Minnesota, I believe, is going to try to run the ball. He's going to be a spotlight. I'm giving them 2 sacks with 2 interceptions. Vikings, Kirk Cousins, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dalvin Cook, I believe, runs very well against the Packers, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. Justin Jefferson, I think he's going to fill Stephon Diggs' shoes, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defense, Danielle Hunter, and then I'm giving them 4 sacks with a forced fumble. We got the LA Chargers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm giving the Bengals the win here with 30-20. Looks like Tyrod Taylor is going to start. I thought it would be Herbert, but 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception for him. Austin Eckler, 68 yards rushing, 60 receiving with a touchdown. Hunter Henry, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joey Bosa, 4 sacks and an interception for that defense. On the Bengals side, I believe Joe Burrow has a heck of a debut. 327 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Joe Mixon, 89 yards, 54 receiving. A.J. Green has a big game. He was injured all last year. I'm ready to see it. 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the defense, Geno Atkins and DJ Reader hog up that middle. I'm giving them 3 sacks, an interception, and a forced fumble. All right, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks at New Orleans Saints. I'm going to give it to New Orleans here, 38-24. I believe it's more of a shocking game for Tampa Bay. But Tom Brady, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Fournette, I'm giving him 67 yards, rushing, 51 receiving. Chris Godwin here, 90 yards. Defense, Devin White, I'm watching him. I believe they pull out 4 sacks. The Saints side, I'm giving Drew Brees a big day against the secondary. 380 yards, 5 touchdowns with no interceptions. Listen, I don't know if Kamara is sitting out or what's going on, but I'm going to give him 84 yards rushing, 62 receiving with a receiving touchdown. Michael Thomas tears up the corners with 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defense, watch Marcus Lattimore. He's going to probably be on Mike Evans, I would assume. I'm giving them 5 sacks, no interceptions, but a forced fumble. All right, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the 49ers. I got the 49ers here, 35-21. Murray, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 80 yards rushing with a touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 61 yards rushing, 55 receiving. Christian Kirk, I'm watching him this game, not Hopkins, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defense, Simmons, rookie. I believe he will be the rookie of the year this year. 2 sacks and an interception with a forced fumble for the defense. But 49ers, Garoppolo, 189 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Coleman, I know they have running backs, but I'm going with Coleman here. 58 yards rushing with a touchdown. Aikyu, don't know how to say his name, but he's a rookie. He comes up big, especially with Deebo Samuel being hurt. 68 yards with a touchdown in this game, but watch him. Kinlaw, again, with the loss of Buckner, another rookie, I feel that's going to be strong and solid. 5 sacks for them, no interceptions, a forced fumble. I am giving them a touchdown. All right, primetime game, Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Rams. With the loss of Jason Garrett, does McCarthy fit this team? If you remember him with the Packers, Aaron Rodgers seemed like he kind of ran the team. Can Dak Prescott do that is the question. I don't know. Last year's season stats, it showed it can, but does wins? No, he is not. But stats show it. But Mahomes gets deals because he wins. We'll see how Prescott does this season. My opinion, this offense needs to feed Ezekiel Elliott. They don't do it enough. Top running back in the league, probably top 3, top 5. They don't do it enough. Feed him, and you will win games. Dallas defense, I believe this team could have the best defense in the league. Even with the loss of Brian Jones, they have rookies here. They drafted Trevon Diggs from Alabama. I think he's going to replace that corner. I mean, they have Azubuike still. They have Jordan Lewis. I think their defensive secondary should be good. But we will see. Can the Dallas Cowboys finish a full season? They always start off hot. They win games. Last year, remember, they crushed the Eagles. People didn't see that coming. But then at the end of the year, they lost. And then they lose to the Giants at the end of the year. We lose to the Eagles. They just lose at the end of the year. Can McCarthy turn that around is the question. On the Rams side, This is not that Super Bowl team. I'm looking back and I'm trying to remember them against the Patriots. I don't even know why they were there, but I don't know why they would be there now. I think this team's in trouble. They need to. McShay has to turn it around or something, and I think it starts with Jared Goff. Is he worth the money they're giving him? We will maybe see this year. Last year, we didn't see it. We'll see if he has a rebound year. What is the identity of this team is my next question, and it goes back to Goff. But Cam Akers from Florida State, the rookie, I would start him over Brown, especially with the loss of Gurley. I like Akers. I think he will be a good solid back for them, but they need to figure out what they're doing. So I got the Dallas Cowboys winning it here, 38-27. Dak Prescott, 257 yards with 3 touchdowns and an interception. Ezekiel Elliott, 114 yards, touchdown with 56 yards receiving. Michael Gallup here, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, I'm watching Aldon Smith. He hasn't played. It'll be interesting. I'm giving him 3 sacks and 3 interceptions with a touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys. The LA Rams, Goff, I'm giving him 234, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Akers, 68 yards with a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 58 yards with a touchdown. Defense, you got to watch Jalen Ramsey, of course. 2 sacks, interception, and a forced fumble for the Rams. All right, next primetime game, Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Giants. My main question for the Steelers is, can they stay healthy? Of course, we know Ben Roethlisberger probably threw 2 passes and then was out the whole year. James Conner fought cancer, and I respect that dearly, but he's always hurt, it seems like. Same with Juju Smith-Schuster, probably one of the best receivers, but yet we can't watch him play because I feel like he's always injured. Even with all these injuries, though, last year with Mason Rudolph and Declan leading the way, the AFC North was still in reach and playoffs. So, this year, AFC North, guess what, guys? Still in reach if they stay healthy. The defense here, I mentioned the Cowboys probably, in my opinion, having the best defense, but the Steelers probably have the best linebacker core with T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, Bush, and Williams with their scheme there, run the 3-4 scheme. They always have strong linebackers, it seems. And, of course, Minkah Fitzpatrick kind of doing the Troy Polamalu thing back there. The next question, though, is if they are not healthy, what is the rebuild strategy? We've seen Rudolph, we've seen Declan, we've seen what they could do, but what do they do? Do they go after a quarterback or not? Roethlisberger's getting up there in age, but it looks like he's trying to be Brady-like, so we'll see. On the New York Giants side, kind of just like the Cowboys, they got to feed Barkley. Barkley does get hurt, feel like, more than Zeke, but just as good, if not better, running back. Giants, I believe they have a hopeful future, though, looking into Daniel Jones. When Daniel Jones was picked, they could have got him later, I'm not going to lie, but a very bright future. What's his growth look like with Jason Garrett? We've seen Dak Prescott on the season he had last year. Was it because of Jason Garrett? Is the question. We will see. Giants with their coaches, Coach Judge, and don't really know anything about him. Of course, we know he was with the Patriots, but ever since Coughlin, it's like Giants can't pick coaches. McAdoo was after that. He was a bust. I really thought Shermer would be a good coach, but they threw him away. We'll see how Judge does. I'm curious to see it. But I have the Steelers going into New York and winning this game here 24-21. Roethlisberger a little rusty, 283 with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Conner has a good game, though, 135 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Ebron, new with the team, I'm giving him 68 yards, 1 touchdown. T.J. Watt, got to watch him, 2 sacks, 1 interception. Daniel Jones, I'm giving 212 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Saquon Barkley, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns, 65 receiving. I'm giving the receiver to Slayton, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. On defense, got to watch Peppers, 1 sack and 2 interceptions for that defense. All right, primetime galore this week. We got the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos. We know the Titans story from last year. Feed the ball to Derrick Henry. Right, last season, he got them to the Chiefs, which ended up losing, but we realized he is a beast. They signed Ryan Tannehill, so that's questioning what's going to happen at the end of the season this year, but it's the start of the year, not the end of the year. When they do throw the ball, get the ball to A.J. Brown. We've seen a bunch of receivers come out last year, Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, and Brown being one of them. Get the ball to him when we do throw. Jack Collin going to the Browns. I believe Isaiah Wilson will replace that. I don't think it really hurts the line too much, but where they do get hurt is on the defensive side, where they lost Terrell Casey, Cameron Wake, Logan Ryan, Tremaine Brock. They do replace it with guys like Adoree Jackson, Vic Beasley, Jonathan Joseph, and of course the latest addition, Jadeveon Clowney, which waited forever to pick the team. But we will see. On the Denver Broncos side, my main thing is Drew Lock growth of him. How's it look like? All right. We all know they've had quarterback issues since Peyton Manning, and they had quarterback issues before Peyton Manning. So can John Elway kind of lean on Drew Lock to fix that? They go out, they get running back Melvin Gordon and Lindsey. How do they balance that out? Lindsey's more of that scat back type. Same with Gordon, though, so it'll be interesting to see that, how that exactly works. I point out their defense because, of course, with the loss of Chris Harris, are they the same defense? I believe they're not bad. They're probably just lost the star power. I think their defense will still be able to hold up. Of course, they actually got Terrell Casey from the Titans there on free agency, but you got Chubb, Von Miller's, he's still the same player. We will see it. My next thing is wide receiver galore for Drew Lock here. Jared Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, Deshaun Hamilton. It seems like you just name them in there in Denver. So we will see how it looks. I'm excited for the Broncos. I think they'll actually be the dark horse of the AFC. I got the Denver Broncos winning here, beating the Titans 30-17. Tannehill, I'm giving him 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Derrick Henry running the ball, though, 128 yards, 1 touchdown. Brown, 79 yards receiving with a touchdown. Defense, watch Butler. I'm only giving this defense 1 sack, though. Drew Lock, 333 yards, 4 touchdowns. Big game from him. I'm going with Lindsey, 68 yards, 44 receiving with a touchdown. Jared Jeudy, again, has a big game, 110 yards with 2 touchdowns. Kareem Jackson defensively, 4 sacks and 2 interceptions for the Broncos. And that is it for this week. Some of my top performers for the week: Drew Lock, Pat Mahomes, Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Jared Jeudy, AJ Green, and on the defensive side, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. Again, stay tuned for after this week. I'll do corrections and exactly see how bad I did, followed by week 2 predictions. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm Twin Gemini with AWOL Gaming. Hope you have a great week, and like and subscribe for me. Again, thank you. I appreciate all the support. Have a great day.